This is Moringa. My name is Kwami, and this is Emily. And the three of us met through MIT's D-Lab program in Ghana. Back then, it was 2013. NGOs had encouraged farmers to cultivate this plant, a fast-growing, drought-resistant, water-purifying tree called Moringa. Packed full of amazing nutritional benefits. Gram for gram, the leaves of the tree contain more iron than spinach, more protein than yogurt, and more calcium than milk. But unfortunately, farmers didn't have a way to earn a living cultivating moringa simply because they lacked a guaranteed market. This was 10 years ago. Today, we are building West Africa's largest organic certified, solar powered, regenerative farm. Now 200 acres, but soon to be 1,000 acres, growing moringa and more.
Thank you, Kwame, for that introduction. It has been a joy to build True Moringa alongside Kwame, going from when it was just the two of us in 2013 all the way to today, where we have 117 employees along our supply chain, serving 5,000 farmers. And the reason that Kwame can't be with us here in person today is because we are embarking on an exciting new chapter in our journey. We are planting 10 million trees this year, starting this month. And so Kwame is on the ground in Ghana making sure that every single one of those trees gets planted on our regenerative organic farm. Now, what does it mean to say regenerative? A regenerative system is simply a system that you're getting more out of than you're putting into. And when we apply that to farming, this just means that we're making small investments in the health of the soil today so that we can get 10x the yield that we might otherwise. So this type of agriculture it's not new in Ghana by any means. Farmers have been farming this way for centuries. And it's better for not only the planet, it's better for farmers, and it's better for you. Studies have shown that more nutrient-dense ingredients are grown in healthier soil, and so healthier products come out of regenerative farming. Now that we've zoomed out a bit, I'd love to zoom in and focus on the story of one farmer in particular. I'd love for you to meet Ya Naomi. Now, in Ghana, despite having practiced regenerative agriculture for centuries, so many people still have to turn to environmentally harmful practices just to earn a living. Now, for some people, this means slash and burn farming. For others, it might mean illegal gold mining in the rivers, leaching harmful chemicals into the soil. And for others, like Ya Naomi, it means creating charcoal through the destruction of forests. So actually cutting down and burning the very trees that are meant to hold the soil in place. The soil that is sustaining the livelihoods and the food security of the community. Now, when Kwame and I met Ya Naomi in 2020, she was cutting down trees to earn a living, and she was not happy about it. And so Kwame and I asked her and farmers like her, what would it actually take to go from earning a living this way to earning a living through regenerative agriculture? And she and the other farmers in the community gave us an education. And they also gave us a roadmap to build the regenerative farm that we have today. So they outlined 3 problems that farmers face: access to land, access to capital, and access to market. Now, this first issue, access to land, farmers in Ghana, especially women and tribal minorities, do not have access to land of their own. And so they can't plant permanent crops like high-value trees like moringa. And so what we did was we leased a 150-acre parcel of land from the community. We subdivided it into plots, and then we invited anyone who lacked access to land to come and farm on that land. We outfitted this land with everything that you would need to create a thriving farm, including solar-powered irrigation, including transport to the farm, a child care center, even supports to encourage scholarships for school-age children. And so this second problem, access to capital. Now, no bank was going to lend to our farmers to give them the inputs they needed to kickstart their moringa farms. Expensive inputs like organic seeds and fertilizer and organic pesticides. So we created our own bank. Together with farmers, we set up village savings and loan associations. These are essentially microbanks, groups of 30 women that self-select into a group, and together they're educated in financial literacy, and they become excellent stewards of the capital that they're going to earn from their farm. Now, week over week, they have the opportunity to save just a little bit of money from the income that they earn from the farm, and that pool of money grows. When it grows large enough, and as trust continues to build among the members, that pool of money can be lent out to any individual member to improve their farm, invest in their farm. When that member pays back with interest, everyone's pool of money grows even bigger. Now, in this way, the farmers have been able to save and lend over $1 million in 4 years. That's US dollars. Give it up for them. This is despite a COVID pandemic. This is despite rapid inflation in Ghana. Year over year, this program has doubled. The last problem, access to market. Now, time and again, farmers had been disappointed by really well-intentioned NGOs who had come in with a short-term project to grow some shiny new crop. Sometimes it was sunflowers, sometimes it was jatropha, but basically they would focus on a very narrow part of the supply chain. Maybe they'd give them seeds, maybe they'd give them training, but often they didn't vet the market. So they didn't connect them to buyers. They weren't sure if anyone was even interested in buying the stuff that was being grown. So farmers would put their blood, sweat, and tears into cultivating these crops only to be disappointed. So we made a promise. We promised farmers that we would buy everything that they produce. We would buy all of their raw material, and we would transform it into finished products in Ghana, adding value in country, creating jobs locally. And we would build a brand that could stand behind these products so that whenever anyone is using our moringa facial oil or adding moringa powder to their morning smoothie, they can feel great knowing they're impacting the health of the planet, the health of our farming community, and their own health and wellness because they're enjoying the most nutrient-dense, healthy foods and skincare products grown in healthy soil. So Jen and Tim and Allison and I spoke at length at our Day to Breathe, not only about regenerative agriculture, but also the need for a regenerative capital system, a new kind of philanthropy that takes into account the needs of all stakeholders, that starts from a place of pause, of rest, rather than a place of hustle, and that starts from a place of equity rather than a place of unequal power structures, so that everyone from donors and investors to implementation partners to farmers are getting more out of this system than they're putting in. So back to our farmer, Naomi, and how she participates in this regenerative system. Now it takes about a $250 loan for a farmer to kickstart their farm. Naomi's taken this loan, she's invested in her farm, and when she pays back that money with interest, she'll pass on the opportunity to 10x her income to the next farmer. And talk about a truly regenerative system. Naomi is investing the proceeds of her farm into the education of her children. Yagika and Hilda are in nurses training college, and Daniel and Claire are in primary school. And she told us in an interview with one of our field officers, she said, "I am gradually achieving my life's goal of ensuring that every single one of my children gets a college education." So we're so proud of Naomi and her work, and we look forward to amplifying all of the work of all of these farmers on our farm. So I think when you look at an abandoned kind of fields that's deforested, as Kwami and as our farm team are doing right now, you can feel two things. You can feel overwhelm, you can feel despair, or you can decide to roll up your sleeves and plant one tree, knowing that when your community comes behind you to redouble your efforts, to 10x your efforts, you can envision the forest that will arise. Thank you.